Here with the right side, the cutter to Hardy with a throwdown. A senior day to remember for Grant Hardy with an impressive.
It's one of the most iconic modern non-conference battles in Division III women's college basketball. For the 17th time, the number 3 Illinois Wesleyan Titans take on the 18th ranked Chicago Maroons. From Shirk Center in Bloomington, I'm Matt Sossler alongside CCIW champion Brittany Carper. Brittany, both teams enter this game undefeated with just a pocket full of games left in the calendar year.
Basketball, so it'll be interesting to see, which one wins out tonight. But again, should be a great matchup, and looking forward to it.
The Titans enter today's game with a record of 9-0, 3-0 in conference play. As for Chicago, they're 8-0. They have yet to play a UAA game. So Illinois Wesleyan with some work to do out of conference play. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, head coach Brian Erzman joins us on IWSports.com.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
Go behind the scenes of Titan Athletics with Titan Table Talk, hosted by Tommy Gilbert. With interviews from coaches as well as student athletes, get to know Titan Athletics like never before. A new episode with new guests is posted every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on YouTube, SoundCloud, WESN, and IWSports.com/podcast. Thank you for listening.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Go behind the scenes of Titan Athletics with Titan Table Talk, hosted by Tommy Gilbert. With interviews from coaches as well as student athletes, get to know Titan Athletics like never before. A new episode with new guests is posted every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on YouTube, SoundCloud, WESN, and IWSports.com/podcast. Thank you for listening.
Apologies for the technical difficulties. Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper. Now, again, joined by assistant coach Brian Ersman. And, Coach, we were talking about the quick turnaround from Elmhurst heading into today.
Yeah, again, it's the same type of prep. 2 days of practice for Chicago. We didn't have the day off in between. But, again, we're coming up on about an 8-day break, so I don't think it affected us too much.
Had a bit of a slow start against the Blue Jays, but then came out on fire in the second, third, and then fourth quarter. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, we were turning the ball over a lot. It looked like we had never seen a press before. They went into some zone. We weren't hitting shots. I think we were 2 for 9 from 3 in the first quarter. So seeing the ball go through the net helps, and then completing passes without getting tipped also, makes it a little bit easier to get good shots.
You're in the second phase of the non-conference season with today and then the 2-game Texas trip coming up in about a week. How does that change your prep playing teams that you only see once a year?
Yeah, again, we've seen teams like in the conference, this is the first time through. So really the prep is the same. I know that you see the same programs every year, but it's a new team every year. So really we go about our prep the same way. Watch film, it's fresh. We have some new players for this year. So again, it's pretty similar for the first half.
Michelle Gardner-Bielik returns as the head coach of Chicago for the first time. National champion here at Illinois Wesleyan in 2012. Does that change anything, and what's it like to have her back?
No, it doesn't change anything. She has a really good team. She's a really good person and a good coach, but it's going to be 2 teams battling for kind of resume-type building wins for the NCAA tournament.
2 top 25 teams. What's your scout on the Maroons?
Yeah, Marines, they're solid half-court offensive team. They run good stuff. Again, it's going to be who dictates the pace. We're trying to get them sped up. We're trying to get force some turnovers, create some easier looks for us, but I really like what they do in the half court.
Your keys to a win?
Yeah, again, controlling the pace and then getting off to a good start for us. That can kind of come to bite you. We had a slow first quarter. When you play some really good teams, that can, it's harder to come back from. So getting off to that good start is really important.
Matt Sossler, Brittany Carper alongside assistant coach Brian Ersman. Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
One more time out, then our players to watch and a coaching profile on IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program. Double major and play a sport. Do an internship and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight, 13-12.
Welcome back to Shirk Center. Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper. The Titans about to take on the Maroons in just a few minutes. Time for our players to watch, starting with Illinois Wesleyan. It's the junior guard out of Lincolnshire, Ava Bardick.
Yeah, Ava is having a really good year for the Titans. Looking for her to be aggressive tonight, and definitely dictate kind of what they do in the half court. Look to, make some shots and really push the tempo for them.
Bardick had one of her better games last year against the Maroons. It was sort of her coming out game as a member of the Titans. In official action, she went off just up the street at Sefcu Arena against the Redbirds in an exhibition game. She's opposed by our Maroons player to watch, Sophia North, one of their 2 double-digit scorers.
Yeah, 5th-year guard for the Maroons. Really the key to make them go. So really look for her to be aggressive, really dictate the game, the emotional leader for them. So, 2 guards that are really going to control the game for both teams.
North averages 13.1 points per game, and we talked about the coaching battle. Another Titan national champion walks in to the opposite bench of Maya Smith. This time around, it's Michelle Gardner-Bielik, a national champion on the 2012 team. Similar to Olivia Lett and Milliken, she occupies the same seat for the Maroons.
Yeah, I'm sure it's an emotional night for her to return as, a first-year head coach. So, but once, like Coach Ertzman said, the ball's tipped, the game, is played between the lines, between the 2 teams.
Those 2 sharing a moment before warm-ups today, and let's now send it down courtside to PA announcer Tommy Gilbert.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Shirk Center on the beautiful campus of Illinois Wesleyan University for tonight's non-conference game between the Maroons of the University of Chicago and your Illinois Wesleyan Titans. At this time, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps and face the flag at center court as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. At this time, let's meet the starters for Chicago. At forward, a 6'1" sophomore from Glen Head, New York, number 5, Cassie Samuda. At guard, a 5'10 junior from Downers Grove, number 21, Kate Gross. At guard, a 5'7 senior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 23, Sophia North. At guard, a 5'7 senior from Durham, North Carolina, number 24, Bella Alfaro. And at guard, a 5'11 junior from LaGrange, number 33, Caroline Workman. The assistant coaches for the Maroons are Diamond Pikulik, Dolly Yuan, and Janae Gonzalez. The head coach of the University of Chicago was a key member of some of the most talented Titan teams to ever grace the floor of the Shirk Center. She helped lead the team to a Sweet 16 berth in 2010, a Final Four appearance in 2011, and a national championship in 2012. And as a captain in 2013, she was once again one of the most outstanding players on the floor for the Illinois Wesleyan Titans. She graduated 22nd all-time in three-point field goals. Please welcome back for the first time as a visiting head coach, Michelle Gardner-Bielek. From Lincolnshire, number 22, Ava Barton. At guard, a 5'10 senior from Amboy, number 23, Mallory Powers. At guard, a 5'10 senior from Geneva, number 24, Kate Palmer. At forward, a 6'5" year from Maryville, number 20, Katie Knudsen. And a guard, a 5'8 senior from Lombard, number 5, Lauren Huber. Your Titans are coached by Maya Smith, assisted by Brian Erzman, Kate Pullman, Sammy Matouche, and Chad Cusack. Please welcome our officials this evening, Brian Roberts, Patty Carmichael, and Bree Madrasa.
The pregame ceremonies from the Shirk Center in Bloomington. Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper. And Brittany, your final keys before the ball goes in the air.
I think it's going to be all about which team is going to dictate the pace of the game. Very contrasting styles, so we'll see in the first 5 minutes, who's going to win out that battle. And, I think we're in for a great matchup tonight.
The Titans ranked 3rd in the country, one of the top teams in terms of pace in Division III. On the other hand, the Maroons ranked 18th, one of the slower teams in Division III college basketball. We're underway from Bloomington. The Durham, North Carolina native, Bella Alfaro, commands the point for the Maroons wearing their traveling red. First quarter was a struggle for Illinois Wesleyan over the weekend, and the Maroons can't strike first, in and out of the hands of Kasasamuda.
Yeah, great man defense there, and Titans looking to push it here into the front court.
All CCIW guard Kate Palmer. It's a fellow senior Mallory Powers. A player to watch, Ava Bardick down low to Katie Knudsen. Draws space, great post move, can't finish, but gets an offensive rebound. That was a turning tide against Elmhurst. Second chance, can't go. Confusion, and it stays here with a fresh clock.
Maroons are good on the defensive board, so it's nice to see the Titans come out and, get 2 offensive rebounds there right off the bat.
U Chicago, a plus 9.3 rebounding margin entering today. Lauren Huber opens the books for Wesleyan.
And that's what Titans want. They want to make shots. That way they can set up into their run and jump here and create the pressure.
Huber, the senior, has been a member of this Titans squad during, this is now the third game against the Maroons. Those are her first points against Chicago as we get a foul on the other side.
Maroons did a good job handling the pressure there, and then they got the advantage in attack. So really good start for them in terms of handling what the pressure the Titans brought.
Foul on Huber, her first, as Sophia North heads to the line. Huber 2 years ago, or check that, 3 years ago, her freshman year against Chicago was held scoreless and then did not play due to injury last year against Chicago.
I think she'll have a big night tonight. She's a tough matchup like we talked about the other night. Just creates a lot of mismatches for the other opposing teams.
Pittsburgh native Sophia North doesn't get sent to the line too often, just 3 of 7 entering today.
Yeah, she's, not a kid you really want to bail out there. I don't think she, makes a lot at the rim. So unfortunate there, but, hopefully the Titans can shore up that on the defensive end. Maroons in the man-to-man, they will mix up their defenses, so, that's something to be aware of tonight as well.
Something the Titans have seen multiple times throughout the season. Huber runs out of real estate.
Really good pressure there by the Maroons. They're a really good half-court team. They're only, I think, allowing 52 points on the year. So, again, contrasting styles.
Compared to the Titans putting up nearly 80 per game. So like you said, Brittany, a clear contrast in styles as Wesleyan gets their first steal of the evening.
And that's going to be a key. If they can get hands on the balls, push the tempo, create some opportunities where they're not playing in the half court.
Mismatch for Huber, no problem.
Yeah, North on her a little bit. Definitely something Huber can take advantage of down low.
Titans in the run and jump again. Chicago's able to break using a combo of guards to escape one of the most arduous presses in basketball.
Maroons run a great half-court offense, so we'll see, kind of what the Titans do here to mix it up.
Foul called away from the basketball. It's the second on Illinois Wesleyan. It's on Bardick, her first. Check that, Powers.
She's trying to fight over the screen there and a little bit too physical. So, I think she had help on the bump, so unfortunately she had the foul.
Out of bounds, it stays after Knutson got her finger on it. So that flips the inbound to the sideline.
Deep corner is a hard spot in basketball.
Sawyer White fresh into the game, double team downstairs, and Katie Gross unsuccessful. Palmer, plenty of room. Too much.
Titans got the look they wanted there. Defensive rebound into transition, wide open three.
Titans 2 of 5 from the floor in the early goings of this ranked-on-ranked battle. The response three can't go. Alfaro, just a 33% three-point shooter entering today. Bardick, mid-ranger, got it.
Great transition pull up there from Bardick. Again, pretty good defense there, led to the open opportunity for the Titans.
2 seconds to get it over. And walking the plank, errant pass, goes out of bounds. And the Titans take over. It's really one of the first times we've seen the run and jump cause chaos today.
Yeah, the Maroons tried to skip that there back to the middle. She was kind of unsure which way she wanted to throw it. And, Titans just got their hands on it and able to hit it off the Maroons. But again, that's the pressure that they want to apply.
Titans seeking a large early advantage, up by 4. Just over 3 minutes gone in this ball game. Huber down low, connects. Huber, an outstanding start. She's 3 of 3.
Again, just so tough when she gets within 10 feet and a nice pass there.
Bardick. It's a Palmer to White. Huber from the free throw line. Oh, unlucky rim. Foul called on the rebound attempt against Illinois Wesleyan.
Again, steal, though, led to an open shot, and that's what the Titans are looking for, to do tonight, create those extra possessions for themselves.
Call the foul on Knutson, her first, team's third. And another turnover by the Maroons on an errant pass.
Yeah, and they're definitely turnover prone. So if the Titans can speed them up, make them play a little bit faster than they want to, again, they are much more comfortable in the half court where they can run their offense, and really work through what they're trying to get to. So Titans doing a great job of applying the pressure.
Chicago averages nearly 15 turnovers a game. The Titans force almost 20 per contest. Huber, another one-on-one opportunity, defers out. Knudsen with the one-on-one.
Maroon's solid in the half court, so we'll see what the Titans can do here.
Under 10, the Titans work the two-man game. It fails. A one-on-one opportunity. Sophia North works around Kate Palmer.
Yeah, that's a rare transition opportunity then, but great defense led to a nice open shot on the other end.
White travels, and so the Titans give it right back.
Yeah, she sped up there, just trying to do a little bit too much, trying to really put pressure on the defense, but, just a little bit too much, lost her handle there.
Chris Sanders takes it over.
Huber almost had that one. You got to be careful about those middle passes against the run and jump.
Leads to an opportunity almost every single time. However, Gross couldn't finish at the 10. Palmer on the drive and the finish.
Great take there by Kate Palmer. Had the advantage on the skip pass and made a nice move at the rim.
Her first points today, approaching 1,000 on her career. Going to need to have a career day today, 25 away from that mark. And North can't get the answer. Both rims seem to have lids on them.
Yeah, a nice opportunity there for the Maroons, though. They broke the press and had a good look and, aggressive trying to get the rebound.
Media timeout on the jump ball that goes to Wesleyan. Titans with a 6-point advantage midway through the first on IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Back in Bloomington at the first quarter media timeout, Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper. Titans with a 10-4 advantage over Chicago. Brittany, what'd you like over the first 5?
Love the pressure the Titans put on, created some turnovers, and then they were able to take advantage in transition. But even in the half court, they're moving the ball, they're getting opportunities, and Huber's been really key for them down low.
Huber, 3 of her last 4. Her 1 miss was a toilet bowl in and out. She has 6 points. Palmer and Bardick each with a pair. As for Chicago, their leading scorer is their lone scorer, Sophia North, with all 4, 1 field goal, and a perfect pair of free throws. Titans get the basketball out of the timeout following the jump ball.
See if the Maroons stay here in their man, and it looks like they are, so.
Annabelle Spots, the 6'2 freshman out of California, checks in for Chicago, and Bardick from the mid-range leaves it strong.
Yeah, Maroons went for the steal there, didn't get it. Bardick had a look, but again, the pressure got to him after the shot, and Titans do a good job there.
That's the 3rd errant pass by the Maroons in this first quarter that has resulted in an out-of-bounds turnover.
Yeah, and that's what the Maroons are going to have to, be careful of tonight in terms of not even after, made shots, missed shots as well. They have to make sure someone's back and able to handle the pressure for themselves.
The former AAU teammates and current college teammates, Laura Malum and Sarah Bali, check in for Illinois Wesleyan. Bali to White. Gets the baseline.
Good movement.
Malum with the lane, gets fouled. She heads to the stripe.
Again, the Maroons are solid in the half court, so it's nice to see Wesleyan taking advantage of the open driving lanes.
Barrington native, shooting 70% from the free throw line this year. First trip for Illinois Wesleyan this evening.
And that's another key, I think, tonight is, the free throw line. Wesleyan gets there a lot. Their opponents don't get there, nearly as much. So who can win that battle?
Perfect pair for Malum, so the Titans expand their lead to 8. Their largest of this ball game so far. Run and jump still causing fits for Chicago. It's Spots in the corner.
Great pressure. Again, once they get into the half court, they're at 20 on the shot clock already, so harder to run their offense.
Almost steal 197 for Sawyer White, but control is kept by Simpson. She can't finish the layup out of bounds. It stays on this end.
Great recovery there on the backside by Sawyer White to get the block.
Has the single game record for blocks over the last couple of years in the CCIW championship last year against Carroll. A Titan team that, based on their defensive alignment, they don't get a ton of them.
No, but she's, one that's long and probably a little bit deceptive around there that can get her hands on a lot of balls.
They'll allow Kate Palmer to check in for Ava Bardick.
6 seconds on the shot clock here, so Maroons have to go quick.
The baseline inbound, not the easiest to execute off of. Sanders with potentially no idea. That's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, they were just a second late there. They tried to run that screen into the corner and just didn't have quite enough time.
North checks back in, the only scorer for the Maroons up until this point.
Yeah, I'm sure they welcome her back into the lineup, see if they can, get her going some more here.
White with a lane and the finish.
Great take there by Sawyer. No help off the ball screen and just finished at the rim.
There's one of Maya Smith's emphasis this preseason is have Sawyer White shoot the ball a little bit more. Another missed Chicago layup, this time from Spots.
Yep, and that's what the pressure does. Wide open layup, but you're sped up just a little bit, and we weren't able to convert.
Palmer rips it out to avoid the tie-up. Stripped away by Sarah Bali. It'll go down as a steal. Palmer with the recovery. And the Titans with a chance to expand their 10-point lead. Malum, too much. Long rebound, and Malum gets it back. Great save by White.
Great hustle after her own miss there, and another shot.
Long three from Powers, rims out. Titans have yet to hit a long ball today.
It'll be interesting to see if the Maroons try to press, push the ball a little bit more after missed shots to avoid the pressure.
Powers over commits, and the three ball pure from Caroline Workman.
And there they handled it, and a wide open shot.
Workman entering today 1 of 11 from deep, so they'll honor that shot for the most part. But another good lane for the Titans. Palmer comes up a bit short.
Yeah, great recovery there by the Maroons. Looked like Palmer had a wide open layup and help at the rim.
North for three. Off back iron. Malum with the snare.
Overall, again, you're going to live with that if you're the Titans. You're forcing them to be a little bit sped up there and a shot, best three-point shooter on the team statistically, but you're going to live with that.
Titans lead by 7 in the waning minutes of the first quarter. Palmer three, too short. So a similar narrative to what we've seen a couple of times, the three ball for Illinois Wesleyan not falling in the early going.
Yeah, and they've had some open looks. So again, they make enough, they're going to keep shooting it, and they're getting the looks they want. They just have to have one of them go down.
Spots against a quasi double, and a great defense by Laura Malum. Palmer and White in help. A lot of room. Another miss for Illinois Wesleyan from deep. They're 0 for 6.
Yeah, again, a wide open look from Kate Palmer, but they haven't had one go down. But the Maroons are doing a really good job on the defensive boards after the missed shots.
Spots up top. Drive from Alfaro. Foul called on Powers. That's her second.
Titan foul on number 23, Mallory Powers, her second in the team's score.
I think both teams were a little fatigued there, and you can see that in that possession. They just couldn't have their legs under them, really didn't slide, and then, fouled at the rim.
But the biggest storyline from that last sequence is that one of the top 5 for Illinois Wesleyan just picked up her second. We're still in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a big foul there on Powers. And again, like I said, I think it was more of a fatigue foul. She looked pretty tired there, and unfortunately didn't make a great decision fouling.
Alfaro, one of the best free throw shooters for Chicago, entering the day at 86%, 25 of 29, and a perfect pair for her there. So the Maroons trim the gap to 5 with less than a minute to play in the first.
Maroons sticking with the man-to-man here. They've done a pretty good job here.
White finds an outlet. Skip pass from Malum to Bardick with space. Too much. Rebounded by Simpson. Shot clock is off. White falls down, so it's 5-on-4 for the second. White comes back. Malum, charge called.
Great defense there by Malum. Again, I think if you're Chicago, you might want that possession back with the shot clock off, hold for one. But again, a great defensive possession by the Titans.
Second on the team.
Simpson's first, second on the team. Shot clock is off with 21 seconds. Do you hang on for the end?
Absolutely. Unless you're wide open at the basket, you're going to hang on here and take the last shot.
Titans move slow to start. 15.
Probably go somewhere around 8 to 10 seconds.
White begins the action. Palmer had some trouble. 4 seconds. Palmer to Huber. Emergency shot. Almost.
Yeah, and Maroons, credit to them on that possession. I think, a little bit better pass to the wing there. Could have had an open 3, but, they still had a decent look at the end of the shot clock.
Titans led 14-4 with 2.5 to play in the quarter. The Maroons on a 5-0 run in that span. The Titans take a 5-point lead into the second quarter on IWSports.com.
Go behind the scenes of Titan Athletics with Titan Table Talk, hosted by Tommy Gilbert. With interviews from coaches as well as student athletes, get to know Titan Athletics like never before. A new episode with new guests is posted every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on YouTube, SoundCloud, WESN, and IWSports.com/podcast. Thank you for listening.
Start of the second 10 in Bloomington. Matt Sasser alongside Brittany Carper, Illinois Wesleyan with a 14-9 lead in a top 25 battle. And 14-9, Brittany, we talked about how this is going to be a battle of the paces. This one certainly favoring Chicago in the early going.
Yeah, with Wesleyan, going on a little scoring drought there, they're not able to get into their run and jump, create the turnovers like they were early in that quarter. And so you're seeing Chicago really dictate kind of the tempo of the game, and so the Titans are hoping to change that here in the second quarter.
Titans like to speed it up. The Maroons like to slow it down. They start with the basketball. Currently riding a 5-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes.
Great in the half court here offensively, so Titans really need to be on, key here with their defensive pressure.
Kick out, 3 ball from North. Too short into the game. Alexis Clark, her first action of the night. Knudsen, the one-on-one, switches back, can't finish.
Great look there from the Titans. Pushed the ball, got his heel inside, just didn't get the finish.
Clark, the Ann Arbor, Michigan native. Played 11 minutes against the Titans last year, finished with 4 points. Downstairs, unable to finish the layup with space was Gross. White closing in.
Good recovery there by White, and kind of gambled up top and then was able to effect the shot at the basket.
Huber in some trouble. Splits the middle, Knudsen, extra pass. Bardick from the arc. Can't get it. Titans still 0 from deep.
Pretty good look there, great rebound, keep the offensive possession alive here for the Titans.
That's the 4th offensive board for Illinois Wesleyan. Knutson with space and makes him pay.
Yeah, it looks like the Maroons got a little mixed up there. Knutson took advantage and again allows the Titans here to set up their run and jump.
Almost an errant pass out of bounds. Alfaro keeps it in play.
Titans here, back to their man-to-man. I think they're pressuring a little bit more, take them out of what Chicago really likes to do on that end.
Simpson around Huber gets it to go.
Tough finish there by Simpson. Pretty good defense by Huber.
Mallory Powers at the scorer's table with 2 fouls.
Coach Smith probably just wants her to maybe ignite them a little bit on the offensive end.
1-on-1, Knutson leaves it way short. North comes away with the loose rock, pushes the pace. Against Palmer, taken away by White. That's 197. Transition opportunity for the Titans. Huber puts on the brakes, can't close the deal.
Good recovery there to force a contested shot at the basket by the Maroons. And again, I think trying to here settle down into the half court, which is what they want to do.
Gross pulls back. Can't get it. Chicago is shooting under 20% today.
Titans are great in the half court right now.
White thought about the 3, pulls it, leaves it wide left. Scrap on the ground, and eventually it's Gross coming away with it. Alfaro nearly coast to coast, rebounded by White.
Pretty frenetic pace here, so which team can kind of fight through their fatigue.
Palmer with plenty of space, drills it.
Great pass there in the transition, got an open look, and maybe the lid off the basket here for the Titans from the 3-point line.
Breaks up an 0 for 9 cold spell for Illinois Wesleyan. Palmer has 5 points. Response attempt, and both lids have been lifted.
Really good drive there from North to hit Alfaro for the open look.
Alfaro's second 3 of the day.
Looks like Huber had a mismatch there. I'm surprised they didn't try to get it to her, but.
Deep in the shot clock. 1-on-1, back out to Bardick, sidestep, got it!
Really, really good shot fake there by Ava Bardick to hit that 3. And again, like I said, I think both teams really tired there. Timeout here on the floor.
The timeout taken by the Maroons. We'll have a correction on the Alfaro 3. That is now a 2.
It'll be a 30-second timeout.
So it's 22-13, and Brittany, that was a point of emphasis over this miniature prep for Illinois Wesleyan. When the shot clock gets in the trouble area under 10, the Titans are typically going to work their stars, guard to post, like they did there.
Yeah, definitely a great inside out there. Knutson didn't like what she had, throws it back out to Bardick. Great shot fake and makes it 3. And at that point, both teams looked very fatigued, so it was, a blessing that one went in for them.
Taking a look at some leading scorers for Illinois Wesleyan. Huber with 6, Palmer and Bardick each with 5, Malum, White, and Knutson with 2 for Chicago. It started off all Sophia North. However, the scoring has been shared since then. Alfaro with 4, Workman with a triple, Simpson with a deuce. Top 25 duel before both teams head home for the holiday. Have some lengthy time off after this. Illinois Wesleyan will have about a week, give or take, before they get ready for their Texas trip. Chicago's off until New Year's. They head out to California to take on the Claremont duo, Pomona Pitzer and Claremont Mudd Scripps.
Yeah, these games right before the break are always important. They're a little tricky as coaching staffs. I think you're always kind of nervous. Your players are looking ahead, but with the top 25 matchup here, I think both teams are pretty locked in tonight.
Especially with the NPI deciding whose season goes on and whose comes to a halt. Talked about it with assistant coach Chad Cusack. A win in the bank is a win in the bank. Doesn't matter by how much. The computer recognizes it just the same.
Absolutely. Those things at the end of the season are very important.
Here's Sanders. Drains it.
A little miscommunication on the defensive end for the Titans. Sanders wide open from the three-point line.
We've got a trading of three-point baskets, and Bartek can't add on to the offensive barrage. Knudsen with the offensive board.
Again, same thing. Looks like there's another miscommunication on the Maroon end and a wide open shot, but
Huber now 3 of 6 from the floor.
still getting really good looks, so I like that shot. I think they're still going to look to go to her.
The LaGrange, Illinois native, Workman, around to Gross.
Some European ball screen here for the Maroons. A lot of movement. Ball screens out on top.
Foul called on the shot attempt from Simpson.
I think the crowd liked that one. It looked pretty clean from up here, but a good drive there by Simpson.
That's a big one. It's number 2 on Knudsen. Team's first of the quarter. The Titans have 2 players with multiple fouls.
Bree Simpson at the line.
Something to definitely watch here as the second quarter goes on. Power's still out there with 2, and Knudsen goes to the bench, but will she come back in?
Simpson drills the first, shooting 65% from the stripe entering today.
Right around the most attempts on the team, so with that drive, you can see that she's very aggressive.
Perfect pair. So Chicago as a team, 6 of 6 today. We've yet to see a missed free throw on either side.
And those are definitely things that you look for as teams, both of them. You want to have that high free throw percentage if you're going to get to the line.
Gap cut to 4. Titans led by as many as 10 with 2.5 to play in the first quarter.
Maroons here again, solid man-to-man.
Huber with the matchup she likes through traffic. Short Powers comes crashing in. Tie up. Arrow favors Illinois Wesleyan.
Really good crash here by Mallory Powers. Get her hands on that ball. Keep the Titans ball.
Titans on the offensive end. 5 boards. Chicago has picked up just 2 boards on their end.
Yeah, and Workman has a little bit of size to affect Huber, so we'll see if that matchup, continues.
9 seconds. All Titans on the perimeter. Palmer goes down low. Foul called.
Good drive there with Palmer. The shot clock winding down. Put her head down and try to go make a play.
Number 0, Chris Sanders. Her first.
Foul called against Sanders. Her first, team's first. The Geneva native heads to the free throw line where she shoots 87.5% entering tonight.
Yeah, Titans overall are just a really good free throw shooting team. So if you're the Maroons, you're trying to avoid putting them to the stripe.
Palmer trying to even the tides in the second quarter at 9 points apiece. She can.
This will allow the Titans to set up their defensive pressure here, so let's see how the Maroons handle this.
Powers sits down. Sawyer White checks in. Workman against the press. Sawyer White one-on-one trap, and the Maroons break it.
Good job there by the Maroons. I thought the Titans were going to send another defender, but they kind of backed off.
North, and a foul called away from the basketball.
Yeah, just a little early movement there on the ball screen. Got called for a movement screen there.
Her first, the team's second. On Samuda, her first, team's second. When you have a wide open drive like that, it's an ill-advised foul.
Definitely. The post just was moving a little bit. ANC got, quick to the rim and took away the drive.
Malama one-on-one against Samuda. Spins around, it falls.
Really nice move there by Laura Malum.
So the Titans have grown their lead back to 8.
Again, allows the pressure of the Titans to be activated here.
Over to North. Helter-skelter passing from UChicago. North has a shot attempt, can't finish it.
Maroons tried to take advantage there, but Titans scrambled and made a difficult shot there.
It's a decision of when to take that shot when you're passing with the snap.
Yeah, sometimes you can overpass against pressure, because you always think the next one's going to be open, but someone's got to shoot that.
No whistle called as Huber coughs it up.
Again, this is what the Maroons want. They want to play in the half court.
198 for White. Slows it down as 3 red jerseys get back in time. Bardick with distance, gets it.
Really nice steal there by Sawyer White. Get her hands on the passing lane and then right to Bardick for the 3.
A foul call.
Number 2, Sawyer White, reversed the team's second.
White nearly with 199.
Yeah, she just has such great length. There, the previous steal she just played in the passing lane, got her inside hand on it, and then that one, again, just almost had her hands on the ball.
Timeout called with 2 minutes and 19 seconds until halftime. Titans have their largest lead of 11 on IWSports.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to take a moment to recognize a very special Titan.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
Final furlong of the first half. Illinois Wesleyan with their largest lead of 11 over the University of Chicago. Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper. Sawyer White inching towards steal number 200. She sits at 198 with a couple of swipes today.
Yeah, she really has ignited them here in the second quarter, allowed them to get out and run after some steals and taking advantage and making the shots.
White is on the floor. Chicago with the basketball.
Able to break it here. Now they'll be able to run some half-court offense.
They've consistently worked the shot clock under 10 seconds. Gross. And the 3 does not go from Spots. White comes away with the loose rock. Spots with the foul.
Yeah, really good defensive possession there by the Titans. They're switching that little up screen, which allows them to kind of take them out of their offense.
And Brittany with a larger lead. Obviously things can change in a second, but with a larger lead, that's when great defenses can pin their ears back and go.
Absolutely. You can, really try to create some more turnovers, really pressure the ball, and see what you can do after that.
White's pass a little wide of Palmer, and Alfaro swipes it away.
Yeah, maybe just a miscommunication. I thought she thought it was going to cut in and just made the pass to the inside where the Maroon defender was. Again, Titans switching out on the perimeter, making it pretty hard for the Maroons to get ball movement.
Charge called against Gross on Palmer. That's the 3rd offensive foul called against Chicago today.
Her first, the team's 4th.
Maroons just having a difficult time on that end right now. Titans have really ramped up their defensive intensity.
The trick shot master, Luigi Lamb, checks in for the first time today for Illinois Wesleyan.
See what the Titans can do here in this offensive possession.
Encourage you to stay tuned for some exciting content coming out shortly on all Titans social media platforms as the Titans try to close out this first half strong. Lamb up the middle, underhand blocked. Titans retain possession, 9 to shoot.
With a minute left here, you're trying to maintain the lead, not let it, Maroons go on a little run.
Spinning around Palmer, the emergency, and it can't go.
That possession was just a little out of sorts, for the Titans, so hopefully they can get some defense here.
Titans will get another possession, barring an offensive rebound. Simpson drives and closes.
Quick first step for her. That's a tough guard.
Breaks up a 3-minute scoring drought for Chicago.
And Coach Smith here maybe hold for about a 4-second differential.
To the rack, Palmer heads to the line.
They didn't take my advice, but still getting a free throw opportunity.
Maroons foul on number 24, Bella Alfaro, her second.
20 seconds on the clock also gives Illinois Wesleyan some time to set up their defense. We saw it against Elmhurst on Saturday when we had a couple of possession changes under 30 seconds in a quarter.
Yeah, and the way they play defense, you're liking your chances here to try to get your hands on a ball and maybe create another offensive opportunity.
Titans lead back to double digits. They are in the bonus, so any foul send them to the line for the next few seconds. First miss by either side today, out of bounds, and the Titans get that bonus possession.
Yeah, Maroons couldn't corral that offensive rebound. So, again, with 19 seconds here, probably play, this one down to the last shot, but we'll see what the Titans do.
Corner inbound, one of the hardest places to inbound the ball from. It's successful. Ava Bardick will direct traffic over the next 8 seconds. Seven. Bardick, Malum around, down low, off the tip. Huber with 1 second, and time runs out.
Yeah, just kind of a broken play there. Titans didn't get the look they wanted, but again, no harm, no foul.
The Titans, yet again, for the 9th time this season, outscore their opponent in the second quarter. What was a 5-point lead entering the second 10 exits with the Titans leading by 10. 30-20, our halftime score. Will break down.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
Halftime between Illinois Wesleyan and the University of Chicago. Titans with a 10-point advantage. Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper. It's the first of 2 UAA CCIW showdowns at Shirk this week. The Titan men will take on number 2 Wash U just 2 days from now at 7 o'clock here at the Shirk Center in Bloomington. The Titan men aiming for what would be their second top 2 victory of the season. They took down Wisconsin Platteville in the Jack Sigma Invite Championship to open up their season, and they try to do it again against a perennial powerhouse in another great non-conference rivalry. We have one tonight between the Maroons and the Titans, and another one between the foes from St. Louis and Illinois Wesleyan on Thursday. Some leading scorers in the first half of this ball game: Ava Bardick with 8, Kate Palmer also with 8 for Illinois Wesleyan. For UChicago, Simpson has the lead at 6 points. And Brittany, your takeaways on the opening half?
I think it's, kind of what we thought. What team is going to dictate the tempo? I think you saw, flashes from both of them. Overall, I think the Titans have done a good job of really pressuring, creating turnovers. And then, again, in the second quarter, once you saw the threes go down, you saw the lead expand a little bit. And that'll definitely be a key in the second half as well.
Titans started out 0 for 9 from beyond the three-point arc. They currently sit at 3 of 12. However, they were 3 of 5 in the second quarter. It was a little more helter-skelter. We talked about how the first quarter favored Chicago in terms of the pace. Second quarter, you could say, still neutral on the pendulum, but more the Titan style.
Definitely, and I think there was that probably 3 or 4 minute stretch where I talked about the fatigue, and you could see it. And when that happens, it's definitely going to favor the Titans because they're used to playing at that pace. Again, they're averaging close to 80 points a game, and Chicago just doesn't typically play at that pace.
Titans outscoring the Maroons 16-11 in the second quarter on the glass. Illinois Wesleyan winning the rebounding battle 22-18. Assists nearly even at 4-3 in favor of the Titans. However, a number that would sit below the headline if the game ended right now is that Chicago has turned it over 12 times, Titans just 4.
Yep, and that's exactly, what the Titans want to see. They want to have that turnover differential, and then I also think, they have 8 offensive
Well, at 12-ounce sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12-ounce sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Unbelievable teams. I mean, we lost to them in the Elite Eight.
Preserving a Legacy, our halftime segment presented by Will Square Capital, puts a spotlight on the rich history of Illinois Wesleyan basketball and the student athletes that have built the strong tradition of success. Tonight, we look back at the career of former Titan great Michelle Gardner-Bielik. Bielik was a 4-year letter winner for the Titans from 2009 to 2013. A member of the 2012 NCAA Division III National Championship squad, Bielik returns to the Shirk Center for the first time as the head coach of the Maroons. As a Titan, Bielik scored 426 points, grabbed 204 rebounds, and dished out 122 assists. She carried a field goal percentage of 46.1% and converted 74.5% of her free throw attempts. Bielik, who was a member of 3 Titan teams that won 27 or more games in a season, served as one of 3 captains for the 2012-2013 squad, in addition to helping IWU to the program's first ever national title in 2012. Bielik helped the Green and White to a 4th place finish in 2010-2011. Bielik, a Mount Prospect, Illinois native, graduated from Illinois Wesleyan with a degree in interdisciplinary education. She is in her 7th season on staff at Chicago and her 1st at the helm of the Maroons. Preserving a Legacy, our halftime segment, again presented by Will Square Capital. Matt Sosler alongside Brittany Carper, the 2012 National Championship team. You see Gardner-Bielik circled in the front row, just a few bodies down from Titan head coach then and now, Maya Smith, Matt Sosser alongside Brittany Carper. And Brittany, you were on the other side from the Titans' perspective, some exhilarating victories. From your perspective, maybe not so much at Carthage.
Yeah, that was, a season where we had a really great team. They had a really great team. And I think it was 4 games by a total of 14 points that we lost to them, including the Elite Eight. So, but just unbelievable teams. And just a testament to the teams that the CCIW has. And but also, Coach Smith has had some really, really great teams, and I think we're in the process of watching another one of those this year.
Titans sit at 9-0. University of Chicago at 8-0. So one of these two teams will exit the game today with a blip in the loss column. For Illinois Wesleyan, the CCIW works a little bit differently than the UAA. They've already played 3 conference games. U Chicago still in the non-conference gauntlet before they head out to California, and then they'll start the UAA cross-country extravaganza just after the first of the year.
Yeah, the travel in that league is, obviously a little bit different than the CCIW, but I think both teams have done a good job of scheduling, opponents that are going to prepare them for their conference. And, certainly the Titans have been battle-tested here before Christmas, and I think, again, that's only going to help them, as they go to Texas after the Christmas break, but then going into the rest of conference play.
Talk about Chicago's schedule. They're in the middle of a CCIW slate. They started off their season against Carthage, won by 10, followed that up with a 20-point win on the north side against North Park. Played Milliken in their third game, won 61-45, took on Carroll 81-70 against North Central in their last game on December the 4th, won 66-62. And Brittany, one thing we didn't get to during the pregame show that we'll touch on now, December 4th to December 17th, that's nearly 2 weeks that you have to prepare for a team that plays with a lot of pace. That is definitely a factor, not having game speed for 13 days.
Absolutely. And I think as the second half goes on here, we might see a little bit more of that, because it's just so hard to simulate the pace at which the Titans play. And so we'll see how much that affects the legs of the Maroons here in the second half.
It's the 6th CCIW contest for U Chicago, and they find themselves trailing 30-20 as the teams head out for warm-ups before the third quarter. We'll preview the second half when we come back on IWSports.com.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false, on average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True, IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year. Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation. Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Almost ready to start the second half from Shirk Center in Bloomington in a top 25 showdown. It's the number 3 Illinois Wesleyan Titans up 30-20 over the 18th ranked Chicago Maroons. Matt Sosler alongside Brittany Carper. The Titans outscored the Maroons by 5 points in each of the first 2 quarters. Pace has definitely been a factor in this ball game. 3-point shooting has also been a trend over the last couple of minutes of that second quarter. Illinois Wesleyan, 3 of their last 4 from deep. University of Chicago, just 1 of 4.
Yeah, that was the separator there in the second quarter. Once the Titans had one go down, they saw 2 more, and they've had open looks, so that'll be a key for them, I think, in the second half. And, the Maroons, I think for them, it's really limiting their turnovers, and then again, like we talked about, cleaning up the, defensive rebounds.
Take you inside the huddle. If you're Michelle Gardner-Bielik, what's your halftime message for the Maroons?
I think, again, valuing the basketball. Your possessions are so important, making sure that you're getting an offensive look. I think they're attacking the basket well, so I would probably, really make sure we're still doing that. And then, again, like I said, you got to have an emphasis on the defensive boards. The Titans have done a great job of crashing, giving themselves opportunity, given how many missed shots there have been on both ends of the floor.
And if you're Maya Smith?
Again, I think controlling the pace, really applying the pressure. They've done a good job. I think the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, you saw them really getting aggressive on the perimeter, trying to take the Maroons out of what they want to run offensively. So really do that and then get out and run in transition. They've had open looks. I think they're a team that you just keep shooting and they're going to fall for them.
For those of you just joining us, one more look at the leading scorers entering the second half for Illinois Wesleyan. Ava Bardick and Kate Palmer at the top with 8. Lauren Huber with 6. Laura Mallon with 4, Sawyer White with 2, also with 2 steals. She has 198 on her career for University of Chicago. Bree Simpson with 6. Sophia North and Bella Alfaro each with 4. Caroline Workman with 3. The Maroons have played a total of 9 players. The Titans have also ran 9 out on the court.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting here, the legs in the second half. There's a little bit of foul trouble for the Titans, but we'll see how much fatigue plays a factor here for the Maroons in the second half. The Titans are used to that pace, so we'll see what kind of separates them here.
Taking a look at the players with 2 fouls. Nobody has 3 or more. Alfaro for Chicago has a pair. For Illinois Wesleyan, Katie Knutson and Mallory Powers each with a deuce. The thing to note is that Mallory Powers picked up her second still in the first quarter, and she's been able to avoid the critical number 3.
Yeah, that was important for the Titans, that she was able to still be on the floor and not get the third foul there. Big key here, maybe not try to pick that one up early here, go to the bench in the third quarter.
10 minutes on the timer. Illinois Wesleyan with a 10-point advantage.
Maroons here with the ball, so we'll see what kind of offense possession they have for us.
Illinois Wesleyan looking to close out the calendar campaign at Shirk with a win before they head south to Texas.
Yeah, 20 minutes till Christmas break, so I think if you're the Titans here, you're trying to leave it all on the floor before you get that week off.
It's not like the last day of school before winter break where you're watching movies and creating snowmen and all that. They got business to do. Same with the Maroons, who start with the basketball.
Absolutely. A big 20 minutes here for both teams.
One change is that Maya Smith does not run her usual starting 5 out to start the quarter, given that Sawyer White and Katie Knutson are each on the court.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bardick is a little banged up or...
Bardick is on the bench next to graduate assistant coach Kate Bowman. One of the rare times that occurs. Usually, no matter the situation, it's the first 5 in both halves.
Maybe they liked something on the court that they saw matchup-wise that advantaged them.
Kick ball stays with Illinois Wesleyan. White's ability to pressure the ball, speed the game up. Knutson's ability to attack down low.
Yeah, and I think against a team like the Maroons, those are things that are important for them to win the game.
White wanted to cut, didn't get it. Powers, Knutson had room for a second post move, can't go.
That's a really nice face-up and step through there from Knutson, just didn't fall.
So both teams empty on their first trip in the second half. Samuda almost taken away by White. Drive from North, off the bottom of the rim. Second chance for Chicago, so we're already seeing some improvement on the offensive glass.
Yeah.
Gross, charge called.
Nice job there by Huber, trying to get baseline and just took the charge there.
Her second, team's first. That is the 4th offensive foul called against the University of Chicago today.
Titans have done a great job of stepping in on drives and really sacrificing their bodies there to take the charge.
Huber has room on the wing. Knutson finds her up top. Splits 2. Yes.
Nice drive there by Huber. Kind of got the little pitch and went downhill and scored at the rim.
So just like the first half, Lauren Huber starts us off with a bucket in half number 2. Workman, her second 3 attempt, clanks back iron. Huber with the rebound.
Good pressure there from the Titans. Maroons had the open look, but again, she's only made, I think, 2 on the year now and 1 tonight, so you're going to live with that shot.
Quick draw can't go. White cleans it up.
Yeah, and that's where the Titans have really taken advantage. Not necessarily making the first shot from the Titans, but they've really done a good job of crashing on the offensive glass.
It's the 5th rebound for Sawyer White today.
Now you're seeing the Titans be able to get into pressure here, speed up the Maroons.
Largest lead of 14. 3 ball from North. Can't go. Fight for possession. Tie up. It goes the Illinois Wesleyan's way.
The Titans have done a good job on the defensive glass here early, trying to limit the Maroons to 1 shot. Again, they have an open look. The Maroons not necessarily a knockdown 3-point shooting team, so your Titans are getting them to do what they want.
Ava Bardick checks back into the game. Sawyer White's career high in rebounds was 10. Nearly a year ago today on the south side of Chicago against the Maroons.
Well, I think she has a good shot to maybe match that tonight.
Halfway home.
Maroons sticking to their man-to-man. We'll see if they maybe change up their defenses here at all in the second half.
10 on the timer. White. Powers thought about her favorite spot. 3. White's got to go. Spin around, and they wave it off. That might be something worth going to the monitor if they can.
Yeah, usually a made shot you are able to review, so I'm not sure if they have the capability, but on a made shot clock violation, you usually can review it.
We play on, so that's null and void.
Yeah, and Titans doing a great job on the defensive end here, making it really difficult for the Maroons to run their offense.
Simpson, under 10. Against Bardick, around she goes.
Yeah, sometimes, offense just beats good defense there, and then Simpson made a really nice move, finished with
Simpson's
their left
got 8 points. Bardick returns the favor. She heads to the line.
And I think that's what the Titans need to do, get the ball out of the basket, really look to push in transition, get themselves more opportunities before the Maroons have a chance to set their defense.
Second on Simpson, the team's second.
Replacing Samuda.
Bardick heads to the line. Her first trip. We've only seen 1 missed free throw on both sides today.
Yeah, both teams over 70% on the year, so you're not going to see a lot of misses, and both teams, I'm sure, are saying don't put the other team to the foul line.
Bardick is now 29 of 33 this year. That's a little higher than 87.5%.
Yeah, when your guards are aggressive and they get themselves to the free throw lines and they make it at that rate, that's something you want to try to do.
Back to 14. Simpson again, trying to ignite this Chicago offense. Offensive rebound, travel called against Annabelle Spots.
A good drive there by Simpson. Titans fortunate that the offensive rebound, couldn't be corralled into a travel there. Need to get back and make sure they're getting themselves in position to get the rebound.
That's the 15th turnover on the Maroons.
Right around their season average. So again, I think that's something they're trying to avoid.
And Huber draws a foul on back-to-back possessions the Titans have, so now she gets a trip to the free throw line.
Again, Huber is just such a tough matchup for teams. She has a little bit of an unorthodox shot, so if you're not familiar with it, it makes it a little bit hard to guard.
That's the third on Gross, who's played 18 minutes so far. No points, a rebound, and an assist. But it's been all over the place in terms of touches.
Yeah, and I think probably one of their better defenders, so that's going to hurt them.
Preseason All-American splashes her first, shooting a little higher than 70% from the free throw line. Perfect pair.
And allows the Titans to set up their defense.
Their largest lead of 16 points as they put the clamps on the Maroons.
Yeah, pretty critical moment in the game here for the Maroons. Need some good offensive possessions. The if you're the Titans, what we talked about, kind of pinning your ears back, really applying the pressure now.
Workman forced out, 3-ball, clanks, and a strong 2-arm rebound from Mallory Powers. Add on a rebounding foul against Workman.
Yeah, great box out there, good pursuit to go up and grab that ball. Again, a possession that you're going to like if you're the Titans, a 3-point shot from the Maroons.
It's also 4 fouls on the Maroons in this third quarter, not even halfway through. And the Titans from the free throw line have made him pay in the third.
As a coach here, you're probably trying to really, preach aggressiveness, get yourself to the free throw line.
Powers misfires. Sanders comes away with the board. Chris Sanders, the Michigan native, a 5'8" freshman. North in some trouble, but is able to regain control.
Titans switching the ball screens on the perimeter.
Double team drawed. Open player found, denied by Bardick. You could hear that from up here. Simpson gets another chance and is able to traverse the empty lane.
Yeah, a great closeout there by Bardick to get the block, and then Simpson just stuck with it. Not a great 3-point shooter, so for her to get that and drive, that's really what she's wanting to do.
Leading blocker for the Titans has 5.
And then here you see the zone from the Maroons.
And Huber splits it well, but just can't finish.
Again, a good high-low there. They had the open look at the basket. Again, like you said, just didn't finish.
See Sawyer White inching for the basketball as Simpson gets by. She scored the last few for U Chicago and is in double figures.
Yeah, and if you're the Titans, you know she's a driver at this point in the game, so a little better closeout, keep her in front of you.
Bardick answers.
Great skip there by Sawyer White. Bardick wide open at the 3-point line. Maroon's still in that 2-3 zone, so we'll see what kind of ball movement.
She has 13. That's 199 for White. To Bardick. Can't finish. Palmer's right there. Problem solved.
Yeah, really good hands there by Sawyer White. Collision there at the basket.
Yeah, Sophia North getting the wrong end of that collision. So the Titans in this third quarter have outscored the University of Chicago 13-6. Similar story to what we saw in the second.
Right, just really applying the defensive pressure. And even in the half court, they're just playing really solid man-to-man defense and cleaning up, the glass, which allows them to get out and run, make shots. And with the Maroons in the zone, they've had 3 really good possessions against it. So it'll be interesting to see what, Coach Bielek comes up with here.
Chicago will not be charged with a timeout.
Some clarification from PA announcer Tommy Gilbert. Considering the dead ball under 5, that is an official timeout. So Coach Gardner Bielek will not be charged with one. Something to keep in mind, given Chicago's trailing by double digits, and with the pace of this game, she's going to want to keep him in her back pocket.
Yeah, you always want those timeouts as a coach. You never know what the game, is what's gonna transpire over the next 14 minutes here, and so to have those, especially as the game goes on, you want to make sure you have as many as those as possible, depending on the situations.
Packed house at the Shirk Center in the last home game for Illinois Wesleyan. Heading into the holiday break, Titans sit at a perfect 9-0. Chicago an undefeated 8 wins and 0 losses. Both teams ranked within the top 25, and the door has been left ajar for Illinois Wesleyan to climb higher in the polls. Wartburg, some bad Texas luck falling to the University of Mary Hardin Baylor earlier today. They're currently ranked second ahead of the Titans in both the D3 Hoops poll and the coaches poll.
Yeah, big opportunity for them to, get a little bit higher here. So it would be nice for them to go into Christmas with that and a possible, move up the rankings.
Bardick with the near takeaway gets it eventually, and a chance for the Titans to turn defense into offense. Laura Malum right down Broadway, and the musical has begun.
Yeah, not what you wanted there out of the timeout if you're the Maroons, but great pressure by the Titans, and then a finish, basket.
Another steal, another 2-on-1, another finish.
Yep, great hands there by Sawyer White, and then another, basket.
A third straight steal from the Titans. Powers leaves it wide to the left, and that is number 200 for Sawyer White. We'll break down how exclusive that club is here at Illinois Wesleyan An outstanding milestone and another turnover by the Maroons.
Yeah, they just can't even, really make passes here to help themselves. So, but the Titans, again, like we talked about, pin their ears back and really coming after them.
That's the 20th turnover on the University of Chicago. Sawyer White, 200 steals. She holds the single-season record at 112 and continues to climb the ladder in Titan lore of takeaways.
And with this program and what they're known for, what an accomplishment by her.
A very exclusive club of players who have gotten 200 or more steals in the green and white.
Yeah, she just has so much length to herself, can play the passing lanes. It's fun to watch her on that end and play within the system that they do.
The Titans have grown their lead at 23 points.
Yeah, 8 turnovers, I think, in 7 minutes here for the Maroons is certainly not helping their cause.
An 11-0 run on the other side for Illinois Wesleyan. Straight jacket for Kate Gross. Lamb almost there. And Chicago is able to settle it down for a second. Gross against Sarah Bally, one of the rare looks at the rim for the Maroons over the last few minutes. Clark gets it to roll.
Yeah, offensive rebound there, but the Titans are really pressuring the basketball here.
Knudsen one-on-one to Lamb. Tray ball. Can't get it. Clark almost lost the offensive rebound with one hand.
Maroons back to their man-to-man there. Got a good look if you're the Titans. Just didn't fall.
Clark can't get the other two. Offensive board from Simpson. She heads to the line. Mentioned exclusive club of 200 steals for Illinois Wesleyan. Sawyer White becoming just the 5th player in program history to eclipse 200 behind Christina Solari at 216, Hope Schultz with 223, Sydney Shanks, and then the leader, Rebecca Ersman, who's already seen one record fall to White, and Sawyer White still has a year and a half of basketball left, and that seems plausible, if not very likely, for the Montini Catholic alum.
Yeah, I think that's definitely within reach for her. But that's the thing about records, right? They're meant to be broken. It's cool to have them. And then you always, watch and see what other players behind you do. And so if she is able to do that, what a testament to her as a player.
Officials clearing up a substitution. Workman got off the bench for the Maroons, sits back down.
Important 2 minutes here for the Titans to finish this quarter strong. Good offensive possessions here, get themselves to be able to get back in their run and jump defensively.
Outscoring Chicago 19-10. Knudsen got it. And for the first time today, a team has scored more than 20 points in a quarter.
Yeah, really good offensive possession there by the Titans. Bardick rejected the screen. Knudsen rolled down and nice little drop pass to her and finished.
Maroons have to move fast. North for 3, gets it.
Yeah, I think they were maybe thinking they were going to switch that, but North, kind of stops the bleeding there for the Maroons with the basket.
7 points for the Pittsburgh native. Only one Maroon in double figures. It's Bree Simpson at 14. As for the Titans, they have 3 in that regard.
Yeah, Titans have done a good job on North tonight, making her looks on the offensive end really difficult.
Huber creates the lane and closes.
Yeah, great read there by Huber to reject the screen, and no help side for the Maroons. Easy layup.
She has 12 points. Another long pass. North with the catch. Malum with the foul. Not entirely a bad foul, I'd say, Brittany. Titans only have one team foul. They were in the press, and it allows everybody to get back.
Yeah, Malum was about a half second too late there. Almost had the steal. So if she catches that and doesn't foul, that's probably a layup for the Maroons.
Checks back in for Chicago, replacing Gross.
Annabelle Spots back in for the Maroons. 20-second differential between shot and game clock. Titans lead by 20.
See if they try to go 2 for 1 here.
Have 10 seconds to do so. Simpson against a double pass tip by Malum. Rolls out to Spots. Simpson against 2. Huber causes a short layup, tapped around. And not necessarily a 2 for 1. They get a fresh 20 as it's taken away by Lauren Huber. Fouled. Titans are in the bonus, so Huber heads to the line for a deuce.
Yeah, Maroon's just a little out of sorts there. North trying to make something happen, driving baseline, and Huber was in a great defensive position.
Huber 2 of 2 from the stripe. The Titans in this third quarter are shooting 6 of 6 from the free throw line. That's the most attempts by either side in a given quarter today.
Yeah, and that's been big for them to get themselves to the line 6 times in the quarter. I know we talked about it around the 5-minute mark that they were at 4 fouls, so not a lot of possessions since then, but they've also had a lot of layups instead of having to work in the offensive front court.
And that's critical, getting points while the clock is stopped. Whether you're a team leading trying to build it or a losing team attempting to claw back, split pair.
Definitely. Free throws can just change the game, so the Titans getting themselves there and they're again shoot such a great percentage. It's nice for them to have that advantage.
Not about quality, but about quantity in this contest. Chicago 8 of 8, Illinois Wesleyan 12 of 14. Shot clock off. Chicago looks to end the third quarter on a high note.
Yeah, and Titans applying the pressure here, going to make it hard for them to get a good look.
Clark, cross, Simpson with 7, step back, down low. Clark has to hurry, 2 seconds, can't finish, tapped around, clock runs out.
Yeah, Titans played that well. Simpson not a great three-point shooter, so they were going to allow her that. They got a good look, but, didn't fall for them.
24-13, our score within the third quarter. Illinois Wesleyan balloons their advantage. It was 10 entering, 54-33, 21-point advantage for the Titans as we head to the final 10 of regulation on IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight, 13-12.
Start of the fourth quarter at Shirk Center in Bloomington. Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper, Illinois Wesleyan, third-ranked team in the country with a commanding 21-point advantage over 18th-ranked Chicago, 44-33. At the onset of the broadcast, Brittany, we talked about pace. Illinois Wesleyan likes to play fast. University of Chicago likes to play slow. The clock is starting to become a big issue for the Maroons.
Yeah, huge factor for them here in the fourth. A team that doesn't really apply anything defensively to you. It's going to be hard for them to kind of claw back in the game. So important that the Titans here are sound defensively and then are getting good shots offensively.
Sanders, Annabelle Spots. Leading scorer, Bree Simpson, not in the game to start the fourth. Baseline run out of bounds is Alfaro, and an early turnover for Chicago.
Yeah, that's really been the story for them the second half. Just way too many to, give themselves even an opportunity on the offensive end.
22nd giveaway for the Maroons.
And they're back to their man-to-man, so not really doing anything to change the pace of the game here.
And we'll acknowledge the flip side of the tempo game as time winds down in Bloomington. Huber creates for herself and reaps the reward.
Yeah, just a great one-on-one there. Huber rises up and makes the shot. She's, again, a tough guard for the Maroons.
15 points for the All-American. And Chicago likes to play slow. They can't play slow. Illinois Wesleyan loves to play fast as North gets the 3. So both teams are forced out of their element as Illinois Wesleyan tries to melt the clock and Chicago attempts to come back. You say the advantage definitely favors Wesleyan in that regard. A fast team can play slow. A slow team might not necessarily be able to play fast.
Yeah, absolutely. You can slow it down and take good shots. If you're a team that just doesn't play fast, it's hard to then simulate that or change it up.
Back-to-back triples for the Maroons, this time from Bella Alfaro. We're back to within 20.
Yeah, and that's Wesleyan, giving up 2 open threes here. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be switching on the perimeter, but they, might want to make an adjustment here.
White's fouled on her way up. She heads to the line.
And they've really done a good job of getting themselves, like we talked about, to the free throw line, making the most of their opportunity there. So something you're trying to avoid if you're the Maroons.
Foul's called against North, her first and the team's first.
Sawyer White shooting 2.
We'll see the defensive pressure here if the Titans still choose to kind of ramp it up or if they're going to go back into the half court.
White's first 2 free throws of the day. The 71.4% free throw shooter buries the first. There's a message from Maya Smith at the end of practice is free throws are going to be critical in this ball game, and Illinois Wesleyan has certainly rose to the occasion in that regard.
Definitely. They've gotten themselves there. They've made them. And again, that just changes the outcome of games.
Hit off of Sawyer White last, so the Maroons maintain possession with 6 seconds to get it over the timeline.
So we have our answer there. They're going to keep applying the pressure here, see if they can get this lead back up.
Alfaro escapes at the 11th hour.
Some more ball screen from the Maroons here. And again, Titans switching.
Spots to Clark. Doesn't roll, and that's 20 seconds down the drain for Chicago.
Yeah, and that's what you want if you're the Titans. You take time off the clock and then a missed shot.
Denied at the rim from Clark against Malum.
And even after a miss, Sawyer White's hounding, the Maroons into the front court, which again takes time off the clock.
Sanders tray ball too much, and White with the rebound. She has 6. That's the thing about her. She's just a magnet to the basketball. Huber down low, gets it.
She is, and there she finds Huber, runs nice, and then throws her a great bounce pass, and Huber finishes.
So Lauren Huber kept off the board her freshman year against the Maroons. She's put up 17 on him today.
Yeah, and you can see here she gets out and runs. Sawyer does a great job getting her head up and makes the play.
Timeout called with just over 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Titans lead 60-39. We'll take it with them on IWSports.com.
30-second timeout, Chicago. It'll roll.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Back in Bloomington with just over 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Titans with a commanding 60-39 lead over the University of Chicago, just shy of their largest of the day, which was 23 points in the early stages of this quarter. Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper. We're starting to see the Maroons inch back. However, their own nemesis is not only the Titans, but it's the clock.
Yeah, they've, every possession's 20-25 seconds, so it's hard for them to really make a dent into that lead. And so with the Titans applying the pressure still, we'll see how this, 7 minutes goes.
Pressure still applied for Illinois Wesleyan. A little bit of token pressure this time around from Ava Bardick. Simpson back in the game, her first action of the fourth quarter. She's the leading scorer tonight for Chicago with 14.
Yeah, she's done a great job of attacking the basket for the Maroons, really making stuff happen.
6 to shoot. North gets it.
Nice move there by Sophia North, finish the basket. But again, Titans took 25 seconds off the clock.
Illinois Wesleyan doing the same thing on their end, using the clock to their advantage. Bardick gets a wide open look. You'll never pass that up.
No, great find from Huber, and Bardick knocks it down.
Bardick has 16 points, 4 of 6 from deep today. Titans have made 4 of their last 5 field goals.
Yeah, they haven't made a ton of threes, but they've really converted the layups, and I think that's kind of where you see the lead really exploded for them.
Titans 5 of 17 from deep today. Travel called against Sanders, 7 on the shot clock. That's another 23 seconds.
Right, the Titans are switching everything on the perimeter, and it's making the Maroons' life really difficult on the offensive end.
And I'm no math genius, but you got 6 minutes, 30 seconds per possession. That means that each team has 6 possessions left. That's not enough to come back at this juncture. Chicago's going to have to apply some pressure on both sides.
Right, and I just think it's so out of their element that, it's just going to be really difficult for them to change that up.
Quick turnover to start for the Maroons. Gross, 3, too much. Huber with the rebound and a foul called against Workman. That's her second.
Titans one and done there, which again, hard for them to, Maroons to get back into the game here.
And a lot earlier than we expect to see the Titans take the time and score situation into account.
Yeah, and maybe not expected, but they're doing a good job. Maroons here into the zone, so this will slow the Titans down a little bit, but we'll see what their ball movement looks like.
10 seconds, Bardick falls down, dribble still alive. Huber stops, pops, and drops.
Great job getting into the teeth of the zone there by Huber, and a nice little jumper.
Huber reached it a while ago, but she's in double figures. For the 10th time this season, Simpson wide open from deep, nothing but air. Workman's out of bounds, it goes the other way.
Yeah, and again, Huber there with a nice drive into the middle of the defense.
And that's her specialty right there.
Yeah, that's a tough guard.
Conversation taking place between Lauren Huber, Patty Carmichael, and Kate Palmer in the corner.
There's an immediate timeout.
And the stoppage warrants immediate timeout. We'll keep it here with 4:54. Titans doing what they need to do at this point, keeping this at over a 15-point lead.
Yeah, I think they're taking what the defense is giving them on the offensive end, and they're not a team that really plays slow, but given, what the Maroons are doing, they're still getting great looks. And so against a team like the Maroons, when you get an open look, no matter what time on the shot clock, you're probably going to take advantage of that.
And there are a few points that Coach Smith has to be ecstatic about. Number one is that the Titans have forced 23 turnovers. Now, that's expected. Their season high is over 30 against Edgewood around a month ago. But on the flip side, what was an issue for Illinois Wesleyan over the last couple of games is that they've only given it up 7 times.
Yeah, I think she'll be ecstatic about that. They've really done a great job of taking care of the basketball. Maroons don't necessarily try to force you into turnovers, but again, you're still making the right reads, you're making the right passes, the ball's going where it needs to be to go if you're the Titans.
And in the last game before the holiday season, you can certainly say the Maroons wearing their Christmas red have certainly been extra generous. A lot of presents underneath the tree for the green and white.
They have, and a credit to the Titans. They have been all over them, makes or misses, just been so active in the passing lanes and their hands on the ball handlers that they've really been able to take advantage of that.
Got to give props to the scheduling department. There's a lot of people who didn't like the idea of 2 perennial non-conference games taking place during the winter break. However, you get green versus red in both of them between the Titans and the Maroons, and then the Titans and the Bears on Thursday. So yeah, it's got the theme.
I like that. You're getting a little Christmas spirit.
5 on the timer, corner 3, Bardick. Can't get it. Huber with the rebound, fresh 20. Palmer takes a turn. Titans with which should be a third chance opportunity, and indeed it is, considering the arrow favors Illinois Wesleyan.
If you're the Titans, you love that possession. You get a wide open 3 under 5, get the offensive rebound, a nice kick out to another open 3, and then you get another offensive rebound with 16 on the shot clock still.
Lauren Huber's the closest to double-double watch at 19-8. Titans have yet to have a double-double this year. It's no one's fault. They're just so balanced, and also they take care of opponents early.
Yeah, and that makes it difficult when you're not on the court as much. But like you said, balance is really the key with this team.
Palmer misfires, and a rebound by Simpson coast to coast, fouled by Knutson.
Yeah, Knutson in hard position there. Simpson's so good at getting downhill and in the open court, just made it really aggressive play.
Titans have their largest lead of 24, 65-41, under 4 minutes to play. And if you're Maya Smith, when do you start to go deeper into your bench against Michelle Gardner-Bielik, former player?
Yeah, that's a difficult thing as a coach. I think as your last game before break is you're, not trying to increase the score, but also, you have a 7-day layoff. And so you're probably trying to balance that a little bit. But you're also not going to play basketball for a week and come back to a challenging, 2 games in Texas.
Simpson with 15 points.
And Maroons back to their man-to-man here.
And Huber finishes yet again. She has 21.
She's been so good today, facing up from the high post, driving, and when she gets into that area, she does a really nice job.
On the other side, North too short, second go. Powers comes away with the steal, and Knutson secures it for Wesleyan.
Really good hands there by the Titans again. North tried to drive baseline and just wasn't anywhere for her to go.
I'll have to do the math during the holiday break to see what Lauren Huber averages against a given opponent that the Titans see more than one time during a 4-year span or player's career. Like I alluded to earlier in the broadcast, Chicago shut her out her freshman year, did not play her junior year due to injury, and given 2 games played, she's averaging double figures against the Maroons, just like that.
Yeah, that would be an interesting stat line. I think, again, she's, like I've said so many times, she's just such a tough matchup for teams.
And our question from earlier answered from Maya Smith, how early do you go to the bench? It'll be at the next whistle with a hockey-style line change at the scorer's table. Peyton Jacob, Martha Lippick, Sophia Feeney, Alyssa Epps, and Luigi Lamb enter, and all 5 starters exit.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Smith, you're very pleased with how your team has played tonight and going into the Christmas break. This game can be tricky, but I think having a top 25 matchup really kept the focus here, and now you go into break, feeling really good.
The entire coaching staff, I had to get a hockey reference in today, otherwise it wouldn't feel appropriate. The entire coaching staff are donning their Titan hockey jerseys on the bench today. We'll get a closer look at the next stoppage.
Yeah, I like that look. Ever since COVID, there's been more comfort on the sidelines, and so it's nice to see something a little different.
Offa Sanders stays with Illinois Wesleyan.
These last 2.5 minutes important for the Titans, that are out here now. Quality minutes against a good opponent and see what you can do.
Feeney, the 2-sport athlete, a timeout called by Maya Smith. Again, trying to simulate as realistic of a situation as you can with this group.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Maroons are, such a good team and program. They're not going to have any let up. And so, again, like I said, valuable minutes here for whoever is on the court. Just going forward with 2 games after the Christmas break, might be a little tired. Get your legs under you. You never know how deep into your bench you have to go.
Especially against a tough opponent in Trinity. That's next up for the Titans. And then back-to-back, they face off against East Texas Baptist in the second game down there. So we'll get a postseason-esque atmosphere for the 3rd time this season. Perfect up in Michigan against Calvin and Hope. Perfect in the Midwest Challenge against DePaul and Wash U, the 2 hardest teams in that tournament. And then we'll see what they do down in the Lone Star State in a week's time.
Those are so valuable, and they come early in the season, but just knowing what your team looks like in those situations is so helpful come February, March.
Travel call before the shot Titans in cruise control to what would be their 4th ranked win this year, and what would be their 4th ranked win over a top 20 opponent.
Yeah, just an impressive first half here for the Titans of the season. I think they've been tested in so many different ways and in so many different opponents and in close games, and they've had some blowouts too, but you feel really well prepared going into the second half of your season.
Lamb clanks the 3 ball under 2 minutes to play. Titans with a 20-point advantage. Paige Lim into the game for the Maroons. The sophomore from San Marino, California. Sanders buries the 3. Her
Yeah, good
second.
Good ball movement there by the Maroons to get the open look.
Jacob, free throw line, leaves it wide. Liv Myers at the scorer's bench. Expect we'll see some sort of whistle around the 60-second mark to make the final round of subs.
Yeah, it's always nice in this kind of game when everybody can see the court and feel good going into the Christmas break.
Lamb, coast to coast, and the finish.
A really great attack and transition there. Nice finish with her left hand.
Downstairs, Clark with the layup. She has 6 points, and there's the whistle for the substitution.
Substitution timeout.
Yep, just a quick one here. And
Liv Myers checks in.
Clark's battled down low. She was, tough down there. She had some shots fall, but she's worked hard down there.
Clark, 2 of 5 from the floor. Titans outscoring Chicago in almost every category on the stat sheet. We'll break that down post-game. A dominant performance from Illinois Wesleyan as Jacob leaves the corner 3 short. Chicago has never led in this game.
No, they've been good. Titans have just been really tough from the jump tonight, and I think they really took advantage of the turnovers and the offensive rebounding, and were able to make shots and get themselves to the free throw line.
It's hard to go wire to wire in any sport, particularly in basketball.
Yeah, it is difficult with as many different possessions, but I think from the jump you saw the Titans be really aggressive defensively and dictate the game, and we knew that was a key to it.
5 on the timer as Feeney rolls it through. Last licks for the Maroons.
Titans still guarding hard here. Nice skip pass there.
Sanders to end on a make. She cannot. Epps gets credit for the rebound, and Illinois Wesleyan picks up ranked win number 4 in 2024.
Just an impressive outing from the Titans, really from the start, like we talked about. Did what they wanted to do, took the Maroons pretty much out of everything, and were able to capitalize.
A 19-point victory for the Titans, a game in which, it's ranked on ranked. Illinois Wesleyan had a tough game against Carroll 10 days ago, but North Park, Elmhurst, some teams that they're expected to take care of business against, and they show up against a ranked team, and they put the pedal to the floor.
They did, and I think some of that is a testament to the schedule they played. I think they were probably really prepared for another ranked opponent, and they don't have a fear. They're at home, and they just really kind of showed what they've been able to do through 10 games.
As always, we'll be joined by Coach Smith and a player guest in just a moment, taking a look at some of the numbers from this ball game. Leading scorers for Illinois Wesleyan, Lauren Huber with 21, Ava Bardick with 16, Kate Palmer with 14, Malaman White with 6.
Fourth in program history. Congratulations, Sawyer.
And White picking up steal number 200. She sits at 200 on the dot. Also 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists to go along with that. Katie Knudsen with 4, Sophia Feeney and Luigi Lamb each with 2. Yet again, the leading scorer for an opponent is held at or below their average. Sophia North, 12 points. Bree Simpson, the leading scorer at 18 points for the Maroons. Alfaro with 7.
Balanced effort again, like we said, from the Titans, and I think that's what really has been key to them this year. It's not just one player you have to take away, and always happy when you see a stat line like Sawyer White's just contributed in every statistical category. And like you said, took the leading scorer kind of out of her rhythm. I think she hit some shots late. Otherwise, I don't even think she was in double digits until the fourth quarter.
Take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll be joined by Coach Smith on IWSports.com.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12-ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12-ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Good win, Coach. Yeah, wasn't. Second half was good.
Back in Bloomington, Matt Sossler, Brittany Carper, and we're joined by the head coach of the Titans, Maya Smith. And Coach, always going up against a ranked opponent, little extra motivation to go into the contest. And you guys dominant in the second and third quarter especially. Take me through this game.
You know, it wasn't a typical Titan. Game.
Sorry, hang on.
All right, I got you. There we go. I don't think it was a typical Titan game for us. We had looked really good, I thought, in practices lately. The thing, I'm happy for the win. I truly am. I love the fact that we're still undefeated, and we did beat a good team. But I think the good team out there shot very low percentages today. Had they shot a normal percentage, I think that game could have different texture to it. So we needed to do a few things better. We worked for 2 days straight on late clock shooting situations and did not execute a single one. So those things we have to do a little bit better at. But I really thought Sawyer White and Lauren Huber were outstanding today. Sawyer on the defensive end of things and Lauren Huber scoring for us when we really needed a score.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about Sawyer just being able to contribute in so many statistical categories. When she does that, how important is that to the flow of your team?
It's so important. And, you know, she's just such a heady player and willing. I told her she needed to be a little bit more. When she's got some of those steals, she had a couple of 2-on-1s. She needs to be more aggressive, take that ball herself, reward herself. That was the term that I used. So I think she could do a little bit, be more aggressive there. But, yeah, her stat line is just stuffed. She's got numbers every single place.
Rewarding herself indeed, not only in terms of scoring, but dominating the Maroons on the boards again with 6, I believe, to close. Take me through her game on all ends.
Well, Sawyer's game is definitely on the defensive side of things. Her job is getting deflections, it's getting steals, it's causing nightmares for point guards in our run and jump. We talk about that all the time. When the point guard walks away from this game tonight, she sleeps with a nightmare, and it's Sawyer White.
Going up against Michelle Gardner-Bielik, a player who was on your national championship squad, Final Four team. It's a little bit tougher going up against a coach that knows what you're going to do. What was it like playing against her or coaching against her?
I've had so many people ask me that, and for me personally, I love Michelle Bielik-Gardner. She's one of my favorite all-time Titans. There wasn't a player, I've had very few players that worked quite as hard as she did. She shot 300 shots every single day, whether it was before practice or after practice, and she never took a day off. Made some big shots for us, was critical in a lot of our wins, and she's doing a phenomenal job. But for me as a coach, this is just another game, and it's not her that I'm coaching against. We're talking about preparation, we're talking about player tendencies, and how to get the win against Chicago. But it wasn't, don't beat Michelle Bielik by any means. And I love the introduction that Tommy gave for her. I thought that was so fitting.
Yeah, you guys have been really battle tested your first 10 games.
Yeah.
How do you think that's, going to carry over into the second half? And then if you could really be the, coach's hat here all the time, what are the one or two things you think are going to be important going into the second half of the season?
I think being able to create for each other offensively, and like tonight, Lauren had to score for herself a lot. More in our transition, better spacing, and I thought tonight we waited too late to run rim. It was almost like we got the ball to the rim or to the wing where that girl could drive to the hoop, and instead we were filling it late with a post, and then that clogged it. So spacing, offense. I think our defense is always going to be fine. The girls always seem to be locked in. Didn't like so much that we gave two the dribble drive. We knew that was her thing. That's all she could do. So we need to be a little bit better there. But that's what I think we need to work on more.
Tempo was a key player in this game. You like to play fast. Chicago, one of the more smooth and controlled teams in the country. How important was it to impose your will from the go?
Absolutely. So we held them to 52 points, and they averaged 66. So I think we did a pretty good job with our imposing our will. But thank goodness they did not shoot it very well, so that helped.
Sometimes that's the defense.
You go down to Texas in about a week. First off, any exciting plans for the holiday? And second, what's the game plan for the Lone Star State?
Well, Trinity, Texas is pretty good, and East Texas Baptist isn't too shabby either. So both those games, and the thing of it is we're going to be practicing one time, playing two times, and then having been off all that time for breaks. So hopefully the girls will be dedicated. They'll do what they need to do in terms of keeping themselves in shape and then get right after it. But I think Trinity is going to be in the same boat as we are. I'm not sure about East Texas Baptist, but we have some things planned there, and it should be a really good time. We've got a lot of parents going, and we've got a lot of good things planned. We're going to go to the Alamo Bowl.
A hockey jersey, playing a couple of basketball games, going to a
football game.
A Big 12 show. You got to do that in Texas. You got to. That's code for once you enter the state. You got to have that on your agenda. Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win, and we'll chat soon.
Very good. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hi, Grandma Felina.
Welcome back. High above Denny Burgess Court at the Shirk Center, Matt Sossler, Brittany Carper alongside Sawyer White. And Sawyer, you've had plenty of milestone nights. Single season steals record last year at Elmhurst. 100 steals, now 200 steals. What's it feel to be a part of such an exclusive club here at Illinois Wesleyan, considering how fast you guys play?
Mm-hmm. I'm just so lucky to be here, honestly. It's just a blessing. I couldn't have done it without my teammates, obviously. Obviously, the run and jump gets me those steals. So just super, super grateful and just really thankful to be here.
Yeah, how aware are you when the game's going on that you're close to it, or is it even something you think about? I know records are kind of always in the back of people's mind when you're getting close to it.
Well, Katie Gonzalez does a great job, and the whole SID department of putting together those articles, the little bits before the game. So I knew that I only had 4 steals until I hit 200, but as soon as the game tips off, I don't really think about that. And I wouldn't say I think about it too much, but I was in the back of my head, I guess.
Right.
Speaking of hustle stats, also have a great night on the glass. You dominated Chicago on the rebounds last year. You continue to do it again this year. Take me through that part of your game.
Mm-hmm. This season, I wouldn't say that I've been the biggest rebounding threat. I've had some games where I haven't had any rebounds at all. But I knew how important today's game was, especially going into break. So I wanted to really excel that part of my game tonight and help the team in any way that I could. And so if that meant getting rebounds, either offensive or defensive, I wanted to help in any way that I could.
You led the team, I think, in 3 different statistical categories. I think you're just someone that's able to contribute so much on both ends of the court. And what's kind of your mentality in games about that?
Yeah, I would consider myself very assist-oriented, very team player first. Obviously, there were some times where I could have shot the ball. I know Coach yelled at me a few times, but it goes back to just helping the team any way that I can. And if that means giving an extra pass, I'm always willing to do that. So I'd say just my game overall is just team first, and I love that about myself. I wouldn't consider myself a selfish player at all. So if I can share the ball, I love to share the ball.
You got the Texas trip coming up in a week, but first you got the holidays, a well-deserved break for a team that has a 10-0 record. You get to take some time away. What is your plan to, first off, enjoy the holidays, but second, stay fresh heading down to Texas?
Yeah, so I think obviously going to reach back out to Montini, see if I can get in some scrimmages there. Sarah Bali, Laura Malum, and I go work out with our trainer up in St. Charles, so we're probably going to do that as well. But obviously taking some time just to reset. I know a few of us are in desperate need of just family time and just a reset. So we're very excited, though, to head to Texas, and we're ready for a good challenge there.
What are you most looking forward to about that trip?
I heard we're going on a Riverwalk tour, so I'm excited for that. Obviously, basketball, too. But I'm excited to sightsee. And we're going to the Alamo Bowl, so that should be pretty fun. I don't really watch football that much, but Mallory Powers is a big fan, so I'll be sitting next to her, and we'll just be having a good time. So
I know you don't watch a ton of football, but BYU or Colorado, I got to ask, who wins?
I'm going to say Colorado because Mal told me she loves Coach Prime, so...
Coach
they
Prime,
have the Heisman winner too. So.
Heisman winner, top 10 likely pick in the NFL draft in Shedeur Sanders. You can't go wrong with the Buffs. That's Sawyer White's prediction. We'll have to get the rest of the team, see what they think heading into a perennial game down in San Antonio. Well, Sawyer, congratulations on an excellent outing today, cracking 200 steals at home, and looking forward to much more of this as you head down to the Lone Star State.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Matt Sossler, Brittany Carper, and Sawyer White will wrap up the program when we come back on IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport. Do an internship and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Back in Bloomington to wrap up the program, Matt Sossler alongside Brittany Carper, Illinois Wesleyan with an exhilarating 71-52 win over the University of Chicago. Last game at Shirk in the calendar year, and the Titans exit as they enter with a 0 in the loss column. They're now 10-0 as they head down to their annual holiday trip. Was Arkansas last year. They took care of business down there, and they get a chance to do it again in the southern United States.
Yeah, great start for the Titans, 10-0. I'm sure Christmas break comes at a much-needed time for everyone. It's always nice to reset, kind of get your legs back under you at this point in the season. Always some bumps and bruises, and then, they'll be ready to go. They're a very veteran team, so I think they'll be excited about the challenge. And it's always nice to kind of play new opponents. And, they're not used to what you do. You're not used to what they do, but that's kind of the beauty of it. And so I think they'll be ready for that.
And also, this win was huge for Illinois Wesleyan because it's the first time that they've beaten the Maroons in Bloomington since the 2016-2017 season. A dominant fourth quarter to win 79-52. And when you add on the last two trips to Bloomington for the Maroons, decided by a combined 2 points, 77-76 in 2018, and then a 10-point run over the final 350 to win 63-62 in 2021. So definitely a huge weight lifted off the Titans' shoulders to return the favor.
Yeah, that feels good when you can kind of run away with one after some close losses and, to get in the win column here in Bloomington. So I'm sure they're all excited about that. Again, ready for Christmas break, and what a way to go into it.
One more look at the leading scorers. Lauren Huber with 21, Ava Bardick with 16, Kate Palmer with 14. She's 13 away from 1,000 points. So ideally, she would reach that down in Texas. If not, the Titans' next game after that is at Wheaton on January the 4th. Laura Malum and Sawyer White with 6. White with 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Katie Knutson, 4 points. Feeney and Lamb each with 2. Bree Simpson with 18 points, Sophia North with 12. The Titans forced a total of 25 turnovers, only gave up the ball 9 points, out-rebounded UChicago, or actually it was UChicago eventually at the end of it, coming away with the rebounding battle 36-35. However, Wesleyan won on the offensive glass 13-11. Points off turnovers, 30-9. Titans lead. And then you look at fast break points as well, 14-4. Second chance points, 12-8 in favor of Illinois Wesleyan. So Illinois Wesleyan dominating in almost every single statistical category, and it shows in the most important one, and that's the final score.
Yeah, and all the ones that are important to them in terms of what we talked about, dictating the pace and the tempo of the game. When you force 25 turnovers and you're crashing the glass and you have the second chance and the fast break points, that's going to lead to success for them, and that's, the result we saw tonight.
With that, that'll wrap up our coverage from Bloomington, Illinois. Illinois Wesleyan wire-to-wire over Chicago, 71-52 in a non-conference contest. Illinois Wesleyan improves to 10-0. Chicago falls to 8-1, and the Titans with the win coupled with a Wartburg loss. There's not a new poll next week due to the lack of games. However, when the next one comes out, if everything shakes out how it should be, the Titans have a decent chance at climbing up from number 3 to number 2. My thanks to our athletic communications department and Katie Gonzalez, our director Tyler Wilson, and our entire stream crew. I'm Matt Sossler, and for Brittany Carper, we wish you a very happy holidays. Up next for the Titans, like Maya Smith alluded to, December 27th. In San Antonio against Trinity, and then on the 28th against East Texas Baptist. Our next game will be on the 4th of January at Wheaton at King Arena as the Titans re-enter CCIW play. Sawyer White reaches 200 steals. Maya Smith gets a win over a former player, and the Titans lead wire to wire, 71-52 our final. And I thank you for tuning into this presentation of Titan Basketball on IWUsports.com.